What's good, people? It's another day in the transfer window, and it is for Arsenal fans Sunday. Unfortunately, there's been no major breaking news in relation to Arsenal signings, but we're kind of getting used to that Gooners army, let's be honest. Gunners fans all around the world will be hoping and praying that there's some news on Eze or Gyökeres, or maybe there's a new player that we're linked with. Maybe we go all out for somebody like Rodrygo. Unfortunately, there's no news for that. And the reason I've put that this is embarrassing now and I'll be a serious club is because I'd expect a club that has been told that they're going to invest, not only to invest heavily, but to actually make some serious moves that would get not just fans alike excited, but also rival fans worried. And every rival fan that I speak to and have the privilege of speaking to through this channel or across everyday life is all asking the same thing: Are Arsenal going to buy a striker? Are Arsenal actually serious about bringing in Eze and Rodrygo alongside Madueke? Or is this going to be same old Arsenal? That's what we're going to talk about today. Make sure you do me a favor, hit the like button. Make sure you also hit subscribe. We've hit 46k now, people, which is mad, which means we're now under 4,000 to 50. The big 5-0. I'm extremely croaky because the last couple of nights I've been fairly busy and I didn't think that I was actually shouting over music, but clearly I have been because my voice is going. I hope I'm not coming down with something, but yeah, hopefully you can hear me all well. Big up to everyone that's in the chat. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Big up to all the moderators in the chat. They'll be asking you to do the same. 2 buttons, absolutely free live, and a like and subscribe. And do you know what we got to do? Get you involved in tonight's big match bingo jackpot, because let's be real, the jackpot's huge. It's 350 quid. Chelsea versus PSG, 8 p.m. Make sure you are involved in match bingo. And there is now a discount code. When you do click on that link, when you do get and download Match Bingo through this link or link in the description or the QR code, if you then put in the code POTS200, you will then receive a discount code and you can get £5 minimum, as many cards as you want. Put in as much as you are. Good luck for it. Big up to my boy Grant Ross, who is a gooner that won. Big up to you, bro. Won on the Match Bingo and said, add me to the leaderboard, which means Liverpool are top now jointly with Arsenal. Fans all across the globe have been playing match bingo and Liverpool and Arsenal are joint top. So please, Gunners, let's beat Liverpool in match bingo. We might not have been able to beat them in the football season. Let's at least try and win this league and not come second again, ole. Newcastle, Wolves, Fulham, and Blackburn. I never thought Blackburn fans would watch my content, but big up to you. Have all reached out to me to say they've won, so they've been added to the leaderboard as well. At the moment, Newcastle sit in third. The others chase the top 3, which are, of course, Newcastle in third and Liverpool and Arsenal joint top. So let's make sure that we get involved in this £350 jackpot. Match bingo is brilliant. All you do is sit and watch the football and just watch the automatic card tick off as you start to get towards bingo. So please make sure that you do that and are getting involved in that. Really do appreciate it. Where to start with Arsenal? I've got to be honest. I'm kind of bored, sick, tired and exhausted. Looking every day at the transfer window, just begging for us to get Gyökeres. Begging for there to be some news on Rodrygo or Eze. Begging for Arsenal fans to get excited, not just me, all of us. We need now to get something across the line that makes Arsenal happy and excited, because it's been struggling. I don't really think people have appreciated how good of a signing Zubimendi is because it took so long. Do not do the same now with Victor Gyökeres, because that should be everybody on the edge of their seat buzzing. Zubimendi is a phenomenal talent from what we understand, so you should be happy with that. It took so long, and the desperate need to get a striker has allowed that to be the case. Yes, Sophie, I've got a sore throat. I did mention that at the start. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully I ain't coming down with something. Let's be real. But Gyökeres needs to get done, people. I'm not alone here. Big up to Chaz, my boy Chaz in the chat. He's joined the club because all of us in the same page. It's the most frustrating time of the year, the transfer window. and we have to go through that hell again in January. I can't stand the transfer window. I know that I have to do it as part of this and it's part of what I do now. I should be excited about it. It should be a time where everybody gets really buzzing about how you can improve your squad. It becomes really depressing for certain clubs. And it's not just Arsenal. Man United fans are thinking, what the hell's going on? New structure in place. They can't even get Brian and Buemu across the line. 6 weeks later, they booked Cunha and that's it so far. It's crazy. And look, don't get me wrong. I totally appreciate that Liverpool and Manchester City have made similar signings in terms of numbers, but they've got it done quickly and the quality is clear to see. Everybody's talking about Liverpool's window because they already had Mardashvili coming in as a goalkeeper. Gyökeres and Frimpong have come in alongside Florian Wirtz, and they want a number 9. And due to the horrific news last week, RIP to Diogo Jota and Andre every single time, they're going to now want to get that striker in big time. So I think Liverpool are going to be strong. Manchester City, you look at their scenario, they still want players. They're still looking at fullbacks. They're still looking at how they can improve their midfield and attack. Chelsea, they ain't going to stop. We've just given them 52 million. They're going to go and spend that wisely. And then you've got Arsenal, who still don't have anything different to their attack. I don't know. I don't know where to start and where to go with this anymore. Big up to Chaz. Match bingo done. Come on, people. Let's get involved, man. There's the QR code. 350 quid. You all know the code now. There's a promotion code. Pots 200. Go get your discount. And good luck with it tonight. I hope that you win. I really do. Look, I've got to say a huge thank you to Richard. Richard is a legend. He has gifted 5 memberships to you guys. What a hero. Bro, you're a legend. I really appreciate you. And for that, you put in a super chat, which I'm going to read now. Arsenal do things all wrong. We can't get excited over Zubimendi because it took so long. It will be the same with Gyökeres. Madueke, however, 3 days. It's so true. It's so true. How can it take 3 days to get Madueke and 3 months to get Gyökeres? How? It seems that with Chelsea, there's no negotiations needed. Oh, we quite like the look of Kai Havertz. We quite like the look of Jorginho. We quite like the look of Sterling, and we quite like the look of Madueke, Kepa. There's just no trouble with Chelsea players. You get it across the line. Kepa was done quickly, 5 million. Madueke took 3 days. Sterling, 3 hours. What's the name? Havertz, first signing of the last of 2 summers ago, 65 M's. Jorginho in January. Yeah, we can't get Caicedo. We'll get Jorginho, 12 million. All right, cool, we're done. Yet when it comes to all of the other players that we want who don't play for Chelsea, give it time. Bit of patience. It's worrying. It really is. But Richard, you're not alone, bruv. Honestly, there's a lot of people that are struggling right now. But someone that I think does have a fairly respected, certainly used to be a respected voice in the Arsenal community is Henry Winter. And he's spoken today about what he expects to see happening this coming week. Strap yourselves in because it's a big one for Arsenal, is basically what this says. And Henry Winter has said that he's on the train into King's Cross for TalkSport show. He says it should be a good week for Arsenal. Madueke and Mosquera in this week. Gyökeres' fee virtually agreed. We are just at the add-on debating stage. Plus, dealing with agents, substantials cut, and Arsenal being strong on that point. Gyökeres obviously is very keen to go to Arsenal and will need a contract farewell letter to Sporting. Maybe needs to have another word with his agent to get the deal done. Also, a busy week of potential outgoings, generating income from sales of Kivior, Nelson, Trossard, Vieira, and Zinchenko. Now, I'm not saying that Henry Winter is the most reliable. Some people don't like him at all. However, some people love him. Some people hate him, just like John Cross. 1 minute, he's all for Arsenal. Next minute, he's rocking the boat. Now, I've got to be honest. That isn't a busy week for Arsenal. Yeah, that is usually a busy couple of months. That's how long those things would all take to happen. There's no way that's happening in a week. So let's break this down. Henry Whitner is saying that Arsenal are going to sign Madueke and Mosquera. We believe that Madueke is here we go. Mosquera, we know, is probably quite easy to get if you look at the potential of 20 million euros. Our first bid was lower than that. We know they want that. We're going to go up, try and find a fair price, haggle a bit. We'll come up, they'll come down, and we'll probably get him for between 15 and 20 million euros, I imagine. Right? So those two signings getting done are no huge surprise. It is not something to lose your heads over. It's not something to get excited. It's not goosebumps. It's not hairs raised at the back of your neck. They are just going to be two players that are going to come in and bolster our squad, which we need. But we also need that alongside the serious business. So I have to see serious business alongside that to get excited. That's the where I'm at. Arjun is saying this club won't sign Gyökeres. Gyökeres pressure. Well, at the moment, it doesn't look like we are. But apparently we're close. And if I'm honest with you, we've been close for far too long now. We've been in talks. We've been in advanced talks. We've had serious interest in. We've been negotiating prices. We've been told that he's begging for Arsenal. It's quite mad. It really is quite mad. But this is what we're being told. So Gyökeres, fee is virtually agreed. Now, this is quite an interesting one because what we're hearing is that they want 80 million euros, but they want the majority of it up front. Arsenal have apparently offered 65 million euros with add-ons that rise to 80 million. They want more money up front than that. It's just ridiculous. If we have offered 80 million euros and it's over a different structure, just give them the structure they want. If they were asking for 120 million euros, I'd say we were miles off. They're asking for the money we've offered them paid in a different structure. And we're haggling over that. We are desperate for a striker. Get this done, Arsenal. What are we doing? It is embarrassing. This is not what serious clubs do. Serious clubs do what Liverpool do. What was it you wanted for Wirtz? 117. There you go. Have it. 117. No one could believe their eyes. Wow. Same with Gyökeres. Same with Frimpong. Easily done. Chelsea have just gone and got their business done. They've wrapped up another front three within 4 weeks. Delap, Gittins, João Pedro. Done. And Arsenal, 3 months later, still haggling over which striker they want and how much they want to pay for the one they want once they found the one they want. Come on, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't get it, man. Like I really don't get it. We're not asking Arsenal to pay huge fees here. We're asking them to get the deal done by a minimum of 2 or 3 million pounds more. If they were asking for 100 mil, I'd be like, yeah, this is going to take a few weeks now. It's not like they're asking for a crazy amount of money here. We've gone and lumped 52 M's on Madueke. So don't tell me we can't afford this. Don't tell me that we can't be silly and watch our finances. We clearly ain't bothered about our finances if we're sticking 52 M's on Madueke. Stop telling me this absolute crap. And some of the people in the chat are saying it. Well, it takes time. Well, so you've got to believe it. Not everyone can overpay, Dan. Ha! Overpay. Dear me. This is an 80 million pound striker. We're not talking about going for Isak at 150 here. I mean, it's just, honestly, every season we get this. We're trying to haggle it down. Suarez, 40 million and a pound. Mark Schwarzer, they want 1 million. We'll give you 250 grand. Dan Bentley, the Wolves goalkeeper, they want 1 million. We'll give you 100,000. Or was it 50,000? 50,000 it was. You couldn't even get a Bentley for 50,000. The car. It's just ridiculous, mate. Absolutely crazy. So the Gyökeres one has got to get done. Fee is virtually agreed. That means it's got to get done this week. I'm sorry. I can't have this not announced by the end of next week and still talking about it. And then it's interesting because he says that we're also going to be busy this week on potential outgoings. And he has suggested the players that are leaving are Kivior, Nelson, Trossard, Vieira and Zinchenko. Let's take a look at that a little bit more, shall we? Because there's a lot of people suggesting that we are going to make some sales. Now, I don't think we're going to be selling many players for lots of money. I think we're going to be looking to get 15 mil, 10 mil, 20 mil here and there. Nobody at the Arsenal at the moment that we want to sell is worth anywhere near more than 25, 30 mil tops. And that's probably like Trossard. Yeah. Vieira, no. Zinchenko, no. Lokonga, no. They're not going to get any of them over that. Kivior could be one that we could raise some funds for. And we'll come back to that in a minute and why that's important. Yeah. Martinelli is literally the only one. And no one's buying him, putting him on that much money. So I think he's staying. So the names there that he's mentioned are quite interesting. And I'll tell you why. Let's break them down in an order of how I want to break this down and talk about it. Reiss Nelson. He needs a club. Big time. I like Reiss. Got a lot of time for Reiss. Big gooner. Loves the club. And I know for a fact he does. But I'll say this. He needs to go and revive his career. He was unfortunate last season. I spoke to Emilio, a Fulham fan from here, and he said that he absolutely loved Reiss Nelson. Wasn't sure on Smith Rowe, but said that Nelson was brilliant until his injury. And it was a bad one that kept him out for a while. And he said he'd be interested in signing him. Now, we're not going to get good money for him, by the way. Be very lucky to get more than about 10, 15 million. But if this was Chelsea or Liverpool, they'd be able to get like 25 million. This is what they do. Amari Hutchinson, 25 mil for him. Then you look at what Liverpool have done with Jordan Ibe and the likes of Ryan Brewster. Arsenal, unfortunately, he's on £100,000 a week, Reiss Nelson. He's going to have to take a wage cut. And also, if it's not another loan, they're only going to offer us around 8 to 10 million because of his wages. So a club in the Premier League is probably going to have to put Reiss Nelson on around 80k a week minimum and pay Arsenal a minimum amount. So you look at the scenario of Reiss Nelson going, and I don't think that's going to recoup a lot of money. Then you look at Fabi Vieira. We bought him for 38 million euros. It is an absolute crazy, crazy signing. Crazy. But we ain't going to get anywhere near that. Parma are interested in him for 20 million euros, which I think works out about 15 or 16 million. We're going to have to step something like that. It is an absolute miss of a signing. Now, we could have sold Reiss Nelson for a fair amount of money when he was on good wages. But I've got to be honest, I feel like putting him on 100k a week was an absolute madness. And now we might be stuck with him. Fabio Vieira has been a poor signing. We need to just let him go. But we're not going to recoup much more than 25, 30 million for both these players. Then we come to Zinchenko. I think we've just got to let Zinchenko find the club that he's happy with and say goodbye. He could do a job in the midfield, but he can't play left back. He just can't defend. I think for me, Zinchenko is a player that on 150k a week, again, we're going to struggle to sell. And not only are we going to struggle to sell him, we're going to struggle to actually get any half-decent money for him. They're talking £10 million. £27 million, I think he cost. Or it might have even been over 30. And we're recouping not even a third of that. So that's a bad buy. That's a bad sale. Not going to get much for him. And then we come to Trossard. We'll come on to him in a minute because there's some news about another club that's interested. So we'll skip past Trossard for a second, but we will mention Kivior and we'll stick to Kivior. Henry Winter saying that Kivior could be a player this week that could be let go. Now, I think he's done phenomenal in the last few months. I've got to be honest. I don't think that him playing at left back did great. He did an okay job. But left-sided centre-back, he did a good job. And we didn't actually miss Gabriel other than his set pieces at all defensively because of Kivior's ability. And I've got to say, fair play for that. Because I wasn't really a fan of him. But you can't sit there and tell me he didn't do well. Now, if he leaves, which I've always felt he would leave, it's because he wants first team football. And Kivior with first team football is fair. Italian clubs are interested in him. And I think for a £20 million signing, we could look to try and get 30 for him and actually try and get a respectable amount just because of how well he's playing. In my opinion, it's a good time to sell Kivior because of how he's been playing. If he wants to go, that is, of course. I'd be happy to keep him, but I think he wants to go. From what we understand, first team football is key for him. He knows he's not getting that Arsenal, Gabriel and Saliba, which is why I think we're looking at, the likes of Mosquera coming in. Now, if Kivior was to go as well as Tomiyasu, Zinchenko and Tierney, I do think we might actually need to bring in another defender alongside Mosquera. Now, people might lose their heads over that because they're sick and tired of Arsenal signing defenders. But I think we will need Yoral Harto on top of this as well. I really do. And there's two reasons why I think that. Harto can come in at left back and left-sided centre-back. And I think he's in a similar mould to the attributes of Timber. That'll then allow Lewis-Skelly to push into midfield and Calafiori to come in at left-sided centre-back if there's an injury to Gabriel. That's my honest opinion. So I've got to be honest. I can see that happening. If what's Henry Winter is saying is true, then I kind of feel like, yeah, that's fair. Like I can see that being the case. So Henry Winter believes that could be the thing. And defence-wise, I mean, it looks like Mosquera is going to get done, right? There's a lot of people suggesting that next week this will be signed. We've got Mosquera will join this week. Where are we? There was another actively pursuing the signing of Mosquera from Valencia. Mosquera will join Arsenal. We'll complete the signing of Mosquera. So this is going to probably happen. Yeah. A lot of people talking about it happening. If it hasn't happened by the end of the week, I'll be quite surprised. But if I'm honest with you, it's not one that excites me. It's just not. It's not one that excites me. But I'll be happy to give him a chance. If we got in Mosquera and Harto, we would actually have an unbelievable defence, which is already a good defence. But if I said to you, we're bringing in the players we're linked with, we've got Timber and White at right back. We've got Harto and Lewis-Skelly at left back. Gabriel and Calafiori at left-sided centre-back. And Saliba and Mosquera at right-sided centre-back. We've got our 8 defenders, just like Liverpool had last season. That's what we need. None of this, give me 5 defenders and then one of them can cover all 4 positions. No. Oh, Timber can play centre-back. Don't want him to. I need him at right-back. This is what I don't want to do, is got one injury and then put 3 people out of position. Why do that? Why do that? So for me, I think Harto and Mosquera would both be very good signings for Arsenal. Very good. Because they're bringing in cover. They're young and potential. They're happy to be cover. They're happy to fight for their place. And it looks like they're both fairly versatile as well. So it makes sense. Andrea Berta has got a massive, massive part to play in the Mosquera deal. So I'm going to give him a chance. Because he's got a lot of diamonds in the rough. He's done shrewd business, but he's also done great business that, let's be real, no one really knew much about until Berta bought them. And Atletico Madrid then made them into a great team player or great individual. That's why I've got to have these players coming in. So that's where I'm at. So these guys need to be bought in. So let's see what happens there. The Gyökeres stuff is mad. If I'm honest with you, the Gyökeres stuff is just crazy, to be fair. I don't know why this has not got done. I would absolutely love for this to happen. But it does seem like there's still a little bit of negotiating. And that frustrates the life out of me, if I'm honest. This, of course, is the latest. Okay? And the latest is that Miguel Delaney has suggested that Sporting wants 70 million guaranteed, no add-ons. Arsenal's stance is to offer 65 with performance-related add-ons. And those performance-related add-ons are 5 and 10 million euros. That takes the overall value of the package to 80 million. Now, basically, Sporting wants 70 million and no add-ons. We're giving 65 million, and then it could rise up to around about 80. Should there be, performance-related add-ons? What the hell is going on? Why are we trying to do that for? Why are we penny pinching 5 million euros for people? What's happening here? That is seriously mucking around, isn't it? We're desperate for a striker who they've said is 70 million euros. We've given them 65 million euros and said, well, it could go up to 80 if he scores and does well. It's absolutely mad, to be fair. I do not get it. I do not get it at all. It's nothing short of embarrassing. It's not what serious clubs do. Oh, what would you say if we managed to get it down to 65 million? I wouldn't give a shit. What's that 5 million extra going to do for me? Is it going to go to us as a fan base? Is it going to be put on the house on the first game of the season for all free food and drink? No, it's not. So what the hell are we doing? 5 million euros and we're messing around. Now, don't get me wrong. I think this will get done. But why is it not done already? You could not find it easier than this. This is literally like falling on your feet. The player wants Arsenal. The player said he'll come. The player said he'll take his 2 million euro salary to get it done. The player's gone on strike. The player's got no intention of returning for the club, playing for them, or being part of their pre-season. Just get it done, man. Just get it done. And some of the people in the chat, by the way, my God, what are you moaning about? This is the funny thing with this section of the fan base, okay? There's a section of the fan base that get very frustrated, like myself and others. There's a section of the fan base that are just like, I'm just not involved. I'll talk about it when it shuts. Yeah, and I get that. I'm not saying they're not as passionate as us. You get annoyed and frustrated, but they're obviously just chill with it and they're watching the cricket and the tennis, right? Fair play to them. You've got the other section of the fan base that said us all to calm down, and then we sign Kepa and they start doing somersaults and cartwheels. Oh, say sorry, take it back. We're moving properly now. This is brilliant business. Hang a minute, this has done nothing whatsoever to improve our squad. Oh, negative, talking bad of the club. What? Nobody wanted Kepa. Nobody had Norgard. Nobody had Madueke on their transfer wish list. The minute we do it, and then what happens, which is hilarious, by the way, they tell you to shut up and you know you don't deserve the club and all this rubbish. And then when nothing happens, like now, we come out and we say this is getting embarrassing. We aren't serious. And they tell you, oh, just go and have a swim and enjoy your summer. Oh, hang on. I thought you were excited. Aren't you excited? What are you going swimming for? Should be excited. Absolute embarrassing section of the fan base. The section that still believe that we're the best club in the world and all this rubbish, that are happy about where we are as a club. I'm sick of them, honestly. They're the worst part of the club. Fonzie says, big up, Dan. Enjoy Nonri and Mosquito. You deserve it. Do you know what? I'm not going to be brutally honest with you, mate. I don't deserve it. Some of the fans do, though. You're not wrong. Richard said, this is caused by Arsenal binning players and letting the world be known that we don't want them. Chelsea played Madueke after he agreed terms. This is actually very true. Mikel Arteta is actually to blame for this. I'll give you that, right? Oh, he's blaming Arteta again. Yeah, do you know why? Because he's kept these players for far too long on the bench, and he has shown no trust in them and no want of them whatsoever. So then what happens is a club will come in and go, that Fabi Vieira hasn't played for about 18 months for Arsenal. I mean, we'll give him 10 million, but we ain't going to give him much more than that. He doesn't put them in the shop window and sell them. He shows everybody in the world that he doesn't rate them, loans them out for 3 years and wonders why we can't get any money from him. Lokonga, Tavares, Marquinhos, Fabi Vieira. The youngsters from How End, let's be real. Eddie Nketiah, Reece Nelson. There's only what? Balogun, Willock, and Iwobi that we can say we've done well at selling from our youth system. Maybe Smith Rowe, but I still think we could have got more money for him. Rhian Brewster went for more money than Smith Rowe, people, just so you know. Smith Rowe went for a similar fee to Amari Hutchinson, I believe. Scary. Chelsea and Liverpool know how to sell. We clearly don't. That's for sure. Richard also says, I'm a bit unsure about Gyökeres now and his behaviour. What if he comes to us, does well, and then Madrid start looking? Is he going to throw a tantrum again? See, I don't think he's thrown a tantrum because he wants a better level of football. I think that he's thrown a tantrum because he's been promised something they've now gone back on. Now, it's quite sticky to understand and tricky to understand, and it's taken me a while and having to speak to people that know a hell of a lot more than me. But I think Ruben Amorim and Hugo Viana leaving has made this harder, because then what it's done is the president has gone, well, you might have had gentleman agreements with them, but they've gone, mate. It's me you're dealing with now. I ain't giving you no gentleman's agreement. If they want you, they got to pay for you. And in a way, I kind of get that. I don't think that's harsh. I think he's got to be looking at the future of his club, not the future of Gyökeres. And if we're trying to be stingy and scrimp and save, I can understand why he's not playing ball. If you were selling your car and somebody said to you, how much do you want for the car? And you say, I want $6,000. And they say, I'll give you 4.5. You're not going to go, all right, then, because I kind of had a gentleman's agreement with you last year that I'd give you a car. So there you go. I'll let you have it for £1,500 cheaper. No, you wouldn't. You'd say, no, mate, you can give me 5.8, but that's as much as little as I'm going down. And that's what they're trying to do. And we're trying to go down further. Pause. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I've got to be honest. We know the price. We know the money. Sort it out. Over 2,000 people in here. Legends. Make sure you hit the like button for me, because at the moment, we've not even got 300 likes. So let's get that up there. Let's make sure that we've just literally hit over 300 now. So let's make sure that we hit like and subscribe, people. The big 5-0 is around the corner. Make sure you're getting involved with Match Bingo. It's in the live chat now, the link. It's pinned. Click on it. Download it. Get the cards for tonight's game at 8 p.m. Chelsea versus PSG. Let's get some money. It's good, easy to win. Use the code that is now on screen, which is the discount code, POTS200. And good luck. And I mean that, good luck, because people are winning money on Match Bingo. I hope it's one of you listeners. I really do. If we get 300 cards that are sold, we will get a winner from 12th Man from this show, one of you people watching, if we get 300 cards sold. So let's do it, people. Let's get involved. So Gyökeres, I've got to be honest, it's frustrating the life out of me. I want this done today, yesterday, and the day before. I do not want to have to get into an unbelievable amount of painful days, weeks, and months of this dragging on. Pre-season is amongst us. They're all training in Spain. Let's be real. This has to happen soon. What's the date today, people? 13th. From the 14th, we were told a striker would be announced. Let's hope he's announced tomorrow. Week commencing the 14th of July, striker and players will be announced in time for them to join our pre-season. No pressure. Go and get it done. Big up to you, Crenadal. How are you? Any chance Gyökeres doesn't happen? Of course there's a chance it doesn't happen. I think it will, but there's always a chance it will break down, because we ain't playing ball, are we? We're mucking around, messing about. Get it done. And I think we will get it done. So when people go, oh, shut up, we've just signed Gyökeres, you're in the mud. What do you mean? I always thought we'd sign Gyökeres. My problem is get it over the line. What are we mucking around for? What are we waiting for? Crazy. It's just madness for me. Absolute madness. So I need to see, if I'm honest, this week, a busy week. Henry Winter thinks it will be good. No other talk on Eze at the moment. A lot of people I know saying this is going to get done. And you know what? Eze and Eze and Gyökeres would be unbelievable. It would. It'd be brilliant. But that's got to happen alongside Rodrygo for it to be a 9 out of 10 window. It has to. Yeah, it has to. And I don't think it will, if I'm honest. I don't think it will. But it will be interesting. It really will, to see what happens. There's no real news on Rodrygo. A lot of people are talking about there being Liverpool that are interested in the deal. They've inquired about it. They're interested. Apparently, they're the team that are now like favourites or whatever to get him. But look, it's the guy everybody's talking about if he does leave. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens with Rodrygo. I know people believe that he's staying at Madrid, but I actually do think there's a chance that he could go. Where's he going to go? Unfortunately, I don't have a clue. I really don't, because it isn't just Liverpool and Arsenal that are attractive. Manchester City would be, Bayern Munich would be. Anybody in top level of Champions League Europe would be at least flattering to him to listen to. So I think it'll be interesting, very interesting. Okay, let's see what else there is in the news as far as Arsenal are concerned, because it isn't just Gyökeres, as I've spoken to you about. There's also reports of outgoings, and the one outgoing that people are talking about at the moment is Trossard. And apparently Bayern Munich have said that they're interested. Now, I find this a very strange move for a 30-year-old to be on the left-hand side for Bayern Munich. And when they're linked with players like the likes of Rodrygo, Leao and Diaz, I find it very strange. But apparently Bayern Munich are interested in Trossard. He's one of the candidates if the club cannot sign Luis Diaz. Now, a lot of people believe that Luis Diaz will end up going to Bayern Munich. And if he does, obviously, I do not think that Trossard will be coming in. But I still think it's a good signing for someone, Trossard. And I wouldn't be against us keeping him. It's not like we need to ship him out because he's a right nuisance. He's not one of our highest paid players. He's one of our best substitutes. He's probably the one sub I can rely on. He's a good squad player. He's got versatility. He can play across the front three. I think he's a really good player. And I think he's been great for us, if I'm honest. I think if you look at January signings, he's up there one of the best. Along with Aubameyang, I think he's probably the best that we've signed, if I'm honest. He helped us towards 2 title races. He scored some really important goals. He scored some excellent Champions League goals. He's been a player that you can rely upon when you bring him on or start him. I like him. I like Trossard. So if we keep him, cool. If we sell him, not an issue. But I will say this. If we sell him, we better be bringing in a proper winger. Proper winger. So I'll be interested. Obviously, Vincent Kompany will know Trossard pretty well. I imagine he probably played with him in the Belgium team. Obviously, he's now managing Bayern Munich, so he'll know him, right? So he will know him. It'll be interesting to see where or if he goes. But I don't know. It's going to be... I don't think it's going to be a lot of money, people. I don't think it's going to be a lot of money. I think that, there's potential 20 to 25 mil. And people might think that's bad, but we only signed him for 26 when he was 27. He's now 30. He's a squad player. He's not playing for us or starting for us. We ain't going to get any more than what we asked for, what we paid for. Let's just be honest. So look, I think it's a interesting scenario for Trossard. I think it'll be good to see whereabouts, who comes in for him. Fenerbahce were interested. That's called off now. Bayern Munich, obviously looking at him if they can't get Luis Diaz across the line. Maybe because of the price, and it's not much, they might look to get him alongside one of their left wingers as well. Because they have lost Coleman, they have lost Leroy Sané. They've only got Elise and Gnabry, and there's someone I've missed as well that they've got. So they will look for another couple of players, I reckon, in the attack-minded. So definitely up in for a left winger. Trossard can play there, but I don't think that he would be a starter at Bayern Munich or guaranteed starter at Bayern Munich. So it'll be very interesting. Congratulations to Louis Copley on signing his first professional contract with the club. So big up to him. Per Mertesacker, to be fair, has actually looked alongside and worked alongside some absolute greats. So let's hope that that continues, because there's been some really good stuff happening in the youth system. So big up to these guys. Perry Groves, ex-Arsenal forward, says the following on Talk Sport. Sources tell me, I'm not making this up, Gyökeres was a gooner as a little kid. He's always supported Arsenal, and it's been well documented that he wants to come to us. Now, look, that does actually help. A lot of people say it doesn't matter who they support when they're younger. I actually disagree with that. I think that they always have a dream. And a football lover's dream is to become a footballer. If there is a chance for you to play for your boyhood club, you are always going to say yes to that. Always. So, look, a lot of people say, it don't matter who you support. I don't think it always does. I've seen Arsenal fans go to Tottenham. I've seen Tottenham fans come to Arsenal. I've seen, Manchester United fans playing for Liverpool and Manchester City. It happens. right? It happens. But it is actually something that they will always have a dream of as a kid. So when we are, yeah, getting the oh, he's an Arsenal fan because he's linked with Arsenal. Yeah, some people are. Eze, he's an Arsenal fan. So it is what it is. Santi Cazorla, who's now 40. Can you believe this? Absolute legend. He's signed a 1-year contract extension with Oviedo, who is, of course, his boyhood club, following their promotion to La Liga, which he was responsible for after scoring an unbelievable free kick. He's still playing and he's still signed another contract. What a legend. I'm sure he'll come back to Arsenal as a coaching role, by the way, because I think Arteta has said quite clearly that he's his best friend in football. It would be absolutely crazy if he came back to Arsenal. It really would. Love Santi. Absolutely love Santi. And Henry Winter here, obviously, we mentioned this earlier. He has said that Arsenal will virtually agreed a fee with Sporting for Gyökeres. They're debating the add-ons and agent commission involved in the deal. We will sign Noni Madueke and Christian Mosquera this week. If we do that, fair play. Fair play. If we bring in Gyökeres, Madueke and Mosquera this week, you're literally looking at Eze and Rodrygo for a 9 out of 10 window. Seriously. That's what we are looking at. So that would be halfway there. And then it's all on Eze and Rodrygo. Oh, you're playing FIFA. You're dreaming. It's not Football Manager. Yeah, I've heard it all before. We have to play Football Manager, unfortunately. Mikel Arteta doing his best Tony Pulis impression with his baseball cap on, with Martin Zubamendi there. And then we come down to this, which I actually liked from Lequip. Gyökeres, on if he's one of the best strikers in the world. I'm definitely one of them. Difficult to rank me, but I'm at the same table as them now. What I managed to do at Sporting, I'm convinced I can do anywhere. You haven't seen the best Gyökeres yet. Do you know what it made me think of when he said that? Raheem Sterling. Do you remember that? You're going to see the best of me. Sorry, but we didn't even see you, mate. Let alone even see the any of you really. We saw the worst of you, that's for sure. So look, there's going to be a lot of speculation about what happens next. Is Gyökeres going to get across the line? Who's leaving Arsenal? Who else is coming in? I think a lot of people are expecting, along with the signings so far, Mosquera to come in, Gyökeres to come in, and Eze to come in. Now, there's no update on Eze. They want 68 million. We're trying to haggle them down towards nearer to 60. It looks as if Valencia want 20 million for Mosquera. We're trying to haggle them down to 15. Looks like Gyökeres, they want 70 million. We're trying to give them 65 plus add-ons. Typical Arsenal at the moment, isn't it? Typical Arsenal. Yeah, typical Arsenal. Trying to haggle down all the time. But Rodrygo would be the dream. He would be. And if you type in Rodrygo in Twitter, this is what you get. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's just type it in and see what there is. Because I haven't looked at any of this. But this is the dream. This is what everybody wants right now. Alongside, of course, the players we're linked with. Apparently, Liverpool want Rodrygo. They're interested, according to Romano. That's the first one. Liverpool, yeah, so Rodrygo, they're all tipping Liverpool for it now. United, this is funny. United hope to sell Marcus Rashford to help raise funds to sign Rodrygo. They need to fend off interest from, ready? Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, City, and you can add all the others in there as well. I mean, that is just ridiculous that Manchester United think they can sign him. Crazy. Liverpool interested in signing Rodrygo, but Real Madrid are yet to receive any offer for the Brazilian forward. They are said to want 100 million euros, by the way. So that is around about 84 million pounds, something like that. So that could be quite an interesting one. What else are we? Madrid are open to selling Rodrygo this summer, according to Romano. Arsenal and Liverpool are among the sides interested in the Brazilian, but which club would be a better fit? This is quite bizarre. I don't know who's put this together, by the way. Who's this come from? Footballtransfers.com, right? Romano's obviously reported on that. They've put this little graph together, okay? A picture of Rodrygo. And they believe out of the two clubs here that Arsenal are 4 out of 10 when it comes to developing players. Liverpool are only 3. No idea how they work that one out. He'll get more playing time at Arsenal because he's a 4-star out of 5. He'll only get a little bit of playing time at Liverpool. I don't know how they work that one out either. Playing style, they're both 5 out of 10 because when Arsenal want to and Liverpool play, they can both be very attacking. And formation is 1. Well, I don't get what that means because they're both going to play, put him on the left wing, you know. So I do not understand any of that whatsoever. How and who is coming up with that is quite scary, to be honest. They're trying to cause the debate on Twitter, I think, is what they're trying to do, or X, should I say. Okay. That one is a Rodrygo thing. I almost joined Liverpool in 2017. The deal was done for €3 million. It collapsed because I said no. I wanted to stay at Santos. Wow. Can you imagine that? Liverpool signing for €3 million. Apparently, Liverpool could join Arsenal in the race to sign Real Madrid winger Rodrygo if they end up selling Diaz. This is the thing. They've got Diaz and Gakpo at the moment, Liverpool, right? So I think when you look at it, at the moment, he's guaranteed to start for Liverpool, but then they'd have to do something about Gakpo, Diaz, or both of them. Arsenal at the moment have got Martinelli and Trossard, but let's be real. One of them is probably going to go, and the other one is probably going to have to fight for his place because they haven't been doing as well. So that's where I'm at. So let's see. Where are we going here? Yeah, Sophie makes a good point, by the way. I swear to God, if we have bought this guy, yeah, to play left wing, sorry, that can't happen. There's no way that he can bring a backup right winger and play him at left wing. This is the equivalent, right, of bringing in. Let's give you an example. This would be the equivalent of bringing in. Let's use Arsenal as an example. This is the equivalent of bringing in Ødegaard and putting him left wing. You just wouldn't do it, would you? So I do not believe we've brought him in to play him left wing. If we have, then it's a sackable offence. Let's be real. Sophie also said, any more links on Gordon? No, I don't think so. I'm hearing that it's Liverpool. That's what someone I know. It's not my source. It's someone I know's source. And they told me about 3 days ago, Anthony Gordon to Liverpool, watch it happen. No idea. I know he's a Liverpool fan. I know Liverpool are interested in him. I think they've got to sell Diaz first, but it'll be interesting to see. That's for sure. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Let's do some of these super chats as well before we start to come to the close. Carrington says, big up, Dan. Top 4 predictions, assuming that we get Gyökeres or Eze. Gyökeres and Eze, I guess he means. If we get Gyökeres and Eze, Liverpool to win the league, Arsenal to come second again, Manchester City to come third, and then Chelsea fourth, Newcastle fifth. Do top 5 because it's Champions League places now, isn't it, pretty much? I don't see any of the others outside of that top 5 breaking into it. Not yet, anyway. Newcastle, if they're serious and get players in that I thought they were going to get in, they could creep up because I rate Newcastle. But Newcastle right now, Trafford wouldn't excite me. Ekitike is a good player. I don't know if they're going to play him, start him or what, but I think that would be a good signing for them. Elanga is all right. I think he's all right. That's it. I thought Newcastle were going to go mad. I can't believe Newcastle weren't all over Mbeumo. I can't believe they weren't all over Cunha. I can't believe they weren't all over Mark Guehi. I really thought they were going to get a world-class goalkeeper, not the championship one. But I could be wrong. Newcastle could smash it. I don't know. But and I like Newcastle. I really do. A lot of people think I support them. Trust me, I really don't support them. I just like them. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So yeah, look, I mean, I've got to be honest. I think Newcastle keep everybody fit. They've got a good chance. I believe they could have been in for a title this season, a title race this season. I just don't know that they're doing enough in the window yet. And I can only go by, look, if the window was to shut today and Arsenal had Gyökeres and Eze, which is what the question is, Arsenal are going to finish above Newcastle. If the window shuts and we haven't got those players in and Newcastle make serious signings, I would tip Newcastle to finish above Arsenal and Chelsea too, if they made good signings. That's how quickly it can change. Yeah, so a few weeks, that's the way it is. I don't think Newcastle are ready for a title charge right now. I think they could be, and there's no reason why they couldn't if they got the players right. I'm just not sure, to be honest. And if Ekatike is coming in to be a partner alongside Isak, all good. If he's coming in to replace him and he's going to Liverpool, I will cry because Liverpool walk the league. Because that's the only club I think that are serious about him. Because we're obviously going to get Gyökeres, so that could be interesting. A few more super chats. Okay, I'll tell you what. While I'm doing these super chats, I'll ask you as a chat the top 5 in order as things stand right now. Not what you think it will be when they sign this, that, and the third. If the window's shut right now, where's everyone finishing? Top 5 will do, and I'll read some of them out after this. Okay, we have got a new member, Peter De Jong, absolute legend. Thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. I really appreciate that, bruv. Thank you so much. We've got Crenindle says the Madueke signing. Doesn't it close Rodrygo's deal? 50 million for backup seems excessive. It does. It does. And I now don't think because of that we are going to go and get Eze, Rodrygo, and Gyökeres. But we need to. We need to. That's for sure. Sky says Liverpool also have Darwin Núñez. I think he's going, or they're trying to get rid of him, and Diaz on top of that. They reckon they can probably get over 100 million for both of those. So that could be quite an interesting scenario for who Liverpool then go for. I think what they'll do is they'll use Darwin Núñez and Diaz, and they will get 2 players. And I think if I had to put my money on it, I think the players they would get would be Anthony Gordon, and I don't know why. Something tells me they won't get Isak, but they'll get either Ekatike if he doesn't go to Newcastle, or they might go all out and get Osimhen. That's what I think they could do. Or maybe they'll go for Sesko. Maybe they'll go for Sesko. Who knows? It'll be very interesting, though. That's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, Osimhen looks like he could be going Galatasaray or something like that. So maybe I'm wrong. But Liverpool will get someone. Liverpool will get someone. Could be interesting. That's for sure. Okay, let's read out some of these top 4s that people have put out, or actually top 5s, I said, didn't I? Okay, where are we? Let's go up to try and get where we believe people are. I'm only going to read out the ones that have actually put 1st to 5th, not just who's going to win the league. So let's start here. I'm going to try and put as many as I can up. Okay, Caden says Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle. Okay, at the moment, I think that's fair. The next one who's put all 5 in is Sammy. He says Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Spurs. Wow, Spurs have crept in there, have they? How have they done that? Spurs at a Newcastle. Crikey. Ash, big up to you. Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs. Wow, Ash. I mean, a lot of people loving what Spurs are doing under Thomas Frank. Man City to win the league. Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle. Wow, from Aguna as well. Very interesting. Where are we here? Wow. Newcastle to win the league. Liverpool 2nd, Arsenal 3rd, City 4th, Chelsea 5th. Newcastle to win the league. Wow. I don't think I can see that, bro. Yomi says Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle. Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Newcastle, Chelsea. Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Chelsea. Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Villa. Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Newcastle, Villa, Arsenal. Wow. Blimey. Really dropping off, aren't you? Where are we? You go 5th, 6th. Arsenal finished 6th. Crikey. Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Spurs. Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Chelsea. City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle. Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle. I actually think that's fair. If it was to shut now, I think that's what I'd go with, if I'm honest. Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Arsenal, and Newcastle. Well, there's a lot of people saying the same sort of scenario here. Basically, majority of the people are saying that Liverpool are going to win the league, that Manchester City would come 2nd, that Arsenal would probably come 3rd, and that Chelsea and Newcastle will battle out for 4th and 5th, and that'll be the Champions League. Now, I actually don't think, with everybody signing who they are rumoured to, that it will be too far wrong from that either. I think even with Gyökeres and Eze coming in, if City get their fullback, Liverpool get their striker, Chelsea and Newcastle do their bits that they want to, I still think it will be a similar top 5. I don't see Aston Villa pushing in there yet. I don't think Spurs or United are going to come back as strong as that. And I've always believed there's going to be a Forest or a Brighton that are sort of in and around it. I just don't think that they've done enough to get into the top 5. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Some people may disagree. It's all good. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, people. At the moment, we have only got, how many likes have we got? 483. Let's get it up to 1,000 likes. I'm sure we can do that. Make sure we hit subscribe as well. Getting close to 50k. Make sure you scan the QR code on screen now or click on the link in the description or in the live chat. Get Match Bingo and use this code, people. POTS 200. Good luck tonight at 8 p.m. Chelsea versus PSG. Match Bingo dedicated game to that. £350 match jackpot. It is very easy to win, people. Right? I've had a lot of people winning. There is a new league table. The top 3 is as follows. In third place, we have Newcastle fans. Second place is joint with first place, which now is Arsenal and Liverpool. So if you are a Newcastle, Arsenal, or Liverpool fan, definitely get involved more than everybody else because you guys are leading in the little 12-man leaders board as well, which I will put together and try and put up at some point. But at the moment, yeah, it's close. Match Bingo, get involved. 8 p.m. Chelsea versus PSG. Let me know in the chat right now. In fact, let's do a poll. Why not? I haven't done a poll yet. Let's do a poll. Club World Cup winners. PSG or Chelsea? Let's vote. Let's vote before the end of the show. A couple of minutes. Let me know what you think. Make sure you're all, while we're talking, downloaded Match Bingo using that app. Using that link, Use that link, download the app, credit £5 minimum, and then go and get your cards. And good luck tonight. It will do it automatically for you. You don't have to sit there ticking it off. It automatically does it for you. It gives you your cards. It ticks it off when needed. It's nice for you to sit there and have a watch of the football whilst you might have the chance of winning money, running alongside it, and you can just sit and chill and take a look at how you're doing. It is actually really good because you can actually really get involved. Like, oh my God, they've got a corner, right? That's that one ticked off. Oh my God, they've made a sub in this minute. That's that one ticked off. Oh, there's a yellow card shown. That's that one ticked off. And it does it all for you. So you can then get towards 60, 70 minutes and look at what you need to get bingo. So good luck with it, people. It's really good fun. Everyone's playing it in the moment. Let's have a look at the poll, shall we? At the moment, we have got a poll that's running. Who is going to win the Club World Cup? Is it going to be PSG or Chelsea? 86% of you believe PSG are beating Chelsea. Only 14% of you believe Chelsea have got a chance. PSG are wonderful to watch. Not just saying that because they beat us in the Champions League. You've got to hold your hands up and say, wow, they are incredible. I've been so impressed with them. They just play the best football. I think what Luis Enrique done there is unbelievable. And I must say, I would take him tomorrow, Luis Enrique. I think he's unbelievable. So I've been very, very impressed with what he's done. So, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. Club World Cup. Let's see who wins it. I think it will be PSG myself. 83% believe that it will be. 17 saying Chelsea. Chelsea have done really well in this Club World Cup. I know they've got the easiest side of the draw. I get that. But they've actually looked really good. João Pedro's looked very good. Enzo's looked very good. Caicedo looks very good. I think that if you look at some of the players that they will have coming through, it'll be interesting to see what Delap and Gittins do. I think Chelsea are 3 or 4 signings away from going for a title. A goalkeeper, a centre-half, a proper, prolific attacker, maybe a left winger, proper left winger. I know they've got Gittins. I think they need maybe a left winger, a striker, a centre-back, and a goalkeeper. And I think Chelsea can challenge. I really do. But they've got a lot to do in a little time. So let's see what happens. So we'll go from there. Use the Match Bingo code POTS 200. Make sure you do that whilst you download the app. Who's live at the moment? We can send you over to. There's quite a lot of you here. So let's see who would appreciate a raid as we speak. Let's take a look who's available, who's live at the moment. Saeed. Let's go to Saeed, shall we? Yeah, you've said Saeed in the chat. So let's send you to Saeed. Big up to him every single time. I'll be on there tomorrow, people, by the way, for midday live. I'll be on this channel first in the morning. Hopefully, we have some news to report. But you never know. For a Monday morning, you would expect news on here, wouldn't you? And I tell you what, if there is the news that we want and that Gyökeres is agreed, I'll do cartwheels, right? I really will. But I will be on here in the morning at some point, probably around about 11. And then we will be over to Saeed's for around about 12-ish. And we'll go from there. So go show him some love. Go and spam the chat. Dan Potts Raid. Go and show Saeed some love. Match bingo. Code POTS200. And good luck tonight. Good luck tonight. Hopefully you win on match bingo. Let me know if you do. If we get 300 cards sold, there will be a 12th man winner. There will be an instant 12th man winner. So get as many cards as you can, people. And one of you guys will win a jackpot prize. Big up to you guys. We'll see you soon.